Well, as questions continue to swirl about the future of our federal government and opposition parties prepare for a likely spring election, President-elect Donald Trump's tariff and annexation threats are putting perhaps a new lens on what Canadians could be thinking about at the ballot box. For opposition reaction, Deputy Leader of the Conservative Party, Melissa Lantsman, joins me live now to discuss. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So I do want to start with Trump because he was very explicit yesterday about the means he would use to annex Canada. Just how far is your party willing to go when it comes to responding? Are you, say, aligned with Premier Doug Ford's position that we should fight fire with fire?
Well, we're never going to be the 51st state. In fact, a Pierre Poilievre government will work to secure our borders, to green light and quicken energy projects for our partnership with the Americans. We are best friends with the Americans. We have helped every step of the way, and we are going to put Canadians and Canada first in all of those negotiations going forward. But right now, we've got a leadership vacuum in this country, and we don't know who's in charge.
I do want to get your thoughts on the leadership vacuum in just a moment. I'm just curious, when it comes to responding to Trump's threats, would you say pull the plug on power to the U.S. like Ford has suggested?
Look, we're going to make sure that we put Canadians first, that we greenlight green energy projects so that we can get them the energy that they need, that we can secure our borders, that we can fix our immigration system. We have so many problems here in Canada, and we ought to fix them as Canadians. That's what we should be concerned about, and we should go into that negotiation with strength, understanding that we are never, ever going to be that 51st state and fight fire with fire.
You mentioned the leadership vacuum, of course. Is there anything Conservatives can do in the interim to respond to Donald Trump? Because, you know, your party has a personal connection to the incoming Trump administration. Jamil Javani has touted his years-long friendship with incoming Vice President J.D. Vance. Are you leveraging that relationship at all in the interim?
Well, look, I think any opportunity that Jamil has, he takes on, and we're in constant contact with Canadians, and I know Jamil is in contact with his contacts there. But this is about what's happening here, and the fact that the Prime Minister has put us into his own political drama, his own personal drama of a Liberal leadership race at a time when we are in crisis, at a time where the carbon tax is going up on April 1st, at a time where crime rates have gone up 50% in terms of violent crime, more than 100% in terms of gun crime. We've lost control of immigration. He's doubled that price of housing. And make no mistake about it, every single Liberal MP that supported this all the way through, supported him almost until the last day, and then didn't do it when he wasn't popular anymore.
Okay, let's talk about it, because so much of the Conservative message has been focused around Justin Trudeau's leadership. And there are some Canadians who might say that this is now not the election that Conservatives wanted because it won't be against Justin Trudeau. What do you say to those Canadians?
Well, I say that, again, every single one of those MPs supported him all throughout. Every single person running to replace him as Prime Minister, every single leadership candidate that we're going to see supported this agenda through and through, whether it's Chrystia Freeland or Mark Carney. They all supported the carbon tax. They all voted enthusiastically on bail, on weakening bail, on weakening house arrest that made those crime rates go up. They all supported housing prices doubling. So this is more of the same. Nothing has changed in terms of the Liberal Party, and we don't see a new Liberal Party in March that we didn't see today.
Would it be fair, though, to say that this does kind of scramble the playing board a little bit in terms of your election strategy?
Well, I think it scrambles the playing board for Canadians who are there as sitting ducks at a time where we need leadership in this country, where we are in crisis. We are in a housing crisis, an immigration crisis, a cost of living crisis. We have a $62 billion deficit that whoever was the finance minister in the last week put forward to Canadians. That is the crisis that Canadians are facing, and they will remember that they should be the ones who get to decide the next Prime Minister, not some internal Liberal Party race behind closed doors.
I don't have very much time left, but just want to turn to the carbon tax very quickly because the Bank of Canada governor has said that the carbon tax amounts for a very low percentage of inflation. It's about 0.15 percentage points of inflation on an annual basis. So not necessarily the be-all and end-all of affordability here for Canadians. So, you know, what do you say about Canadians who are worried that it won't maybe have a significant impact on their pocketbook, removing the carbon tax.
Well, of course, the governor of the bank, the former governor of the Bank of Canada, would say that it's him that put the carbon tax in his own book.
Tiff Macklem.
Oh, Tiff Macklem.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that Canadians disagree fundamentally with that. I think that 70% of Canadians, almost every single premier, if not every single premier, is against the carbon tax. And there's one thing is that's for sure, is that Conservatives will axe that carbon tax to lower the cost of living, lower the cost of goods, and lower the cost of everything we buy.
Okay, I got to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thanks
Deputy Leader of the Conservative Party, Melissa Lantsman. Time now is 8:37.